you guys, it's your girl CASwCOY back on this channel with another video. If you read the title, you already know what today's video is going to be about, so without further ado, let's get right into it. If you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. And if you haven't already, please make sure you click that Linktree link that's in the description box below so you can be updated on all CASwCOY content, and so you can join my Discord server, which is exclusive for all of my coils and where I'll be answering questions from now on. Also, big thank you to all of the following Patreons on the screen. Thank you so much for subscribing to my Patreon, and if you haven't already, please make sure you do so. It's only $1. So now that we got all of that out of the way, let's get into today's video. I'm pretty sure that everyone is aware that EA has come out with a new life or death pack, and a lot of people who watch my channel or subscribe to me or just stop by my channel 9 times out of 10 have watched my Anadius video, and they're wondering how to get the new pack now that the game has updated. Don't worry, this is not a sponsored video for EA. I'm simply going to be showing you guys how to get the life or death pack with. The first step to achieve this is to make sure that your base game is updated with your program of choice, whether that's EA, Steam, or something else. Once your game is updated, you're going to make sure to locate that Sims 4 updater that we previously downloaded in the last video. If you're not familiar with what the Sims 4 updater is, I'm going to have the videos tagged. Before we actually get into using the Sims 4 updater, you're also going to want to make sure that your base game is repaired. So remember in the last video where I said repair your base game, repair your cracked game, you're gonna make sure you do that with your base game every time that there's an update. Repairing is just an extra little step into making sure that your game is going to be working. And how you access that on EA, you click the manage button and then it has repair. So it's really easy, it's just 2 clicks. Once we're done with that, we're gonna go back to the Sims 4 updater box and we're gonna click that big update button that's in the middle of the screen. Once we click update, we're going to click the button yes. This is for if you have the legit game. If you do not have the legit game, I'm pretty sure you just click no, and then that process is one of its own. But if you do have the legit game like I do, you're gonna click yes, and you're going to get a pop-up of the most recent packs. So as you guys know, I pretty much have all of the DLCs downloaded on my device, so I don't have any new ones on there, except for the life or death pack, which I do not have at the moment, and yours should kind of look like this too if you have downloaded all of them. You're gonna click on the pack, and then you're gonna click on OK, and then the pack is going to download. I'm going to relaunch the Sims 4 updater again through the same way. Just type in the Sims 4 updater in your downloads and launch the file with the plumb bob icon, and you're going to click that tiny little repair button that's next to the big update button. Basically exactly what we did for the base game, and then after that you're done and the pack should be in your game. I'm going to jump to my game just because it does take a little while for my game to launch because of so many mods that I have. As you can see, I have the new pack in my game along with a bunch of other packs that I have from previous downloads. This is what you're going to do every single time that there's a pack update or base game update. You're going to update your cracked game. If there is an update with the base game, you're going to have to update your cracked game as well, or else it will not work. If needed, I can make an in-depth video and post it on my Patreon, but for now I do already have a video out showing you guys how to get new packs every time there's an update, and I'll have that video linked in the description. I just wanted to quickly show you guys how to update using the new life or death pack, but now we're gonna get into the mods. It's definitely been a while since I've done a mods video, and I'm just going to hop right into it. If you remember from one of my previous mods videos where I talked about Northern Siberian winds and their past pose where they had the nails in front of the sim, now they have it to where the nails are like in the Sim's face, and I just think that's so cute. That's all I have for CAS mods, so we're gonna move right into the next one. In light of the fall, I wanted to do kind of like a brownish theme for my plumb bob and my loading screen. There's a lot of different Halloween or fall themed loading screens and like plumb bobs, but for me personally, when I seen this loading screen in this plumb bob, I had to get it. If you know me, you know my favorite YouTuber and my favorite creator is Berleezy. I love Berlin so much. So when I seen this loading screen, I just knew I had to get it. Paired with this brown plumb bob, it's just chef kiss. I'm going to tag a couple of my favorite ones that I seen that I just didn't get, but this is just amazing. The combo is great. So if you want a lot of different loading screens for your favorite creator or your favorite rapper, etc., I'll have them linked down in the description box below, a couple of places of where you can find them. But let's move on to the next mod. When I found this override, I was kind of upset that I did not know about this for the longest time. I did not know that there was an app icon override for the phone on The Sims 4. Unfortunately, this override only works for the base game like icons. It does not work, for example, I have the Uber app and I have like the Wells Fargo app, and those are used with totally different mods, so the icon does not work for those. Included with this mod, you get 3D wallpaper overrides as well. I just think this adds a bit of realism to the game, and it's honestly so cute, and I can customize them based on the sim that I have and their personality. This creator did their big one with this idea and I love it. There's also a phone case override. I didn't really get a good look at them, but I will tag the creator down below and you guys can look at their Patreon yourself and decide which ones you want. But honestly, I have a lot because I couldn't decide. I'm really indecisive and I just thought every single one was so adorable and so cute. If you guys have been watching my mods videos for a minute, you guys know I go feral for realism, and that's exactly what these overrides in these mods give. I kind of jumbled them up into one little segment because they all deal with the phone aspect, but overall they're really great and they'll be linked in the description box below, so make sure you guys go download those. Let's go ahead and move on to the next mod. Again, if you've been watching my videos for some time, you know that I also go crazy for not only realism, but black representation in the game. Not just black representation, but all POC representation in Sims 4 because it lacks it a lot. So when I seen these black paintings, you guys know I had to download it and put it in my game. Kind of wanted to gatekeep these so bad because they're so good. There's so many different variations of pictures and they all look great and can literally go with any type of decor, but I love the kind of like lifestyle themed pictures, especially of black women, and it's amazing. Chef's kiss for that. Now next, this is by the same creator. It's kind of like these blob frame recolors. I think it's so cute and kind of Y2K vibes. I also definitely had to download those in my game as well. I definitely feel like these could be used in like a teen's room, or even if your sim is just like this bubbly bright aesthetic, I feel like these would go great in their home. The good thing about these frames is that they also come in like neutral colors, so you can really use this for any type of decor. Y'all know, again, I love that POC representation, so make sure you guys download these. Let's move on to the next mod. Now this next mod, I have seen a bunch of overrides for it, but I just chose this one because it was cute and simple. I don't even know what to call this tool, but there's several different overrides for this certain like wall tool. So when I downloaded this mod, it had a bunch of different options, but I've seen a lot of different other cute and girlier overrides for this specific tool. But that pretty much wraps it up. It's just a really cute detail, very minute, but it adds a little flair to the game. That override is very clear cut. Let's move on to the next mod. This video has literally just turned into me showing you guys my favorite decor items because this next mod is just something that I like to add into a few of my adult homes. This is the Martini Functional Small Bar. So once you download this specific mod, you're gonna get a bunch of little tiny items. You have a bunch of like alcohol bottles, you have some candles, you have some plants. It's like fully customizable. You can leave it empty or you can customize it like I done here. It's honestly really cute and gives like a little pizzazz to your Sims home. And if you want to add a bar but you don't want the big bulky ones that the base game adds, you have this tiny cute one that can just sit in the corner. So I'm gonna have my sim make a drink to show you guys kind of how it works. It's honestly really cute and really self-explanatory. My favorite thing is that it's just customized. You can add whatever like knickknacks you want, and that brings me right into the next mod. This is the red cup override. So instead of getting a glass for your alcoholic beverage, you have a double cup. If you ever been to a cookout, you guys know the infamous red cups, and it just adds that little flair and little cultural context to my game that I just love. But that pretty much wraps up those two mods. Let's move on to the next ones. So the next mod I want to go over is another one of my favorites for realism. That is the self-care mod. So it comes with a bunch of realistic lotions, body washes, perfumes, etc. that I personally use in real life and that I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. And they are super functional. All you have to do is bring your sim up to the item, put it in their inventory, and it should work. For a lot of these, you don't even have to put it in your inventory. You can just click on it and then it'll say apply. apply. But currently I do believe I have some broken mods in my game, so like my sim has been acting a little crazy. So I put it in my inventory and I clicked on it and applied it, and you can get these buffs. So my lotion didn't have any animation, but my perfume did, which I thought was so cute. It's like a really cute and realistic animation. Like I said, it just adds that realism into your game, like that your sim is pampered and pretty. This also works with body washes, so all you have to do is go into your shower, make sure you have the soap or body wash of choice in your inventory. Once your sim starts showering, you can click on the soap or body washes in your inventory and then click on apply, and then they'll apply it and you'll get a cute little buff. Now the second part of this mod is by the same creator, and this is specifically for face care. So it's about the same process. You're going to put all of like your face care items on the counter or yours of choice. Have your sim walk up to it. You can either press apply or put it in your inventory and then click apply from there. It's honestly really cute because your sim will actually apply it as if it's like a real mask or a real face lotion or moisturizer. Also with this mod, you even have one of those makeup or skincare refrigerators. There's not too many places you can place it because it's so big, but if you can find a place to place it, it's honestly adorable. That way you don't have all of your care in your inventory and you can place it into that little refrigerator. But as you can see, the animations are so adorable. She washes her face just like the base game does, but like the different animations of her rubbing on the actual skincare products are so cute. This whole mod as a bundle is so amazing, and I would definitely be using this in my game from now on. That pretty much wraps up that mod. Let's move on to probably one of my favorite ones in this video. If you watched my previous mods videos, you guys know that I love a good TV channel override. Previously, I've had the Black Sitcoms one, and I still have remains of that mod or that override in my game. But the mod that I want to show you guys today is the anime override. All you have to do is click on your TV and the channels should be there, or you can add in the optional watch anime override button. This override comes in two different sets. The set that I have is set 1, and it includes animes like Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul, JoJo's, My Hero Academia, and Dragon Ball Z. The second set includes animes like Hunter x Hunter, Blue Exorcist, Food Wars, Naruto, One Piece, and One Punch Man. If you watched my last mod video when I went over the Black Sitcoms, you know unfortunately you can only download one set at a time. Also with these kinds of overrides, you can only have like one override at a time. So like as y'all can see, I only have about 2 out of the set showing up on my game, and that's because I still have the Black Sitcom override in my game, and you're not supposed to do that. So I recommend taking out any other overrides that you have and just have the anime one in there if that's what you want. And then again, you can only have one set at a time, so either you can do set 1 or set 2. If you know me, I am a sucker for K-dramas and anime, so I love this mod or this override, and I will continue to have this in my game. Let's move on to the next mod. For this next one, I want to make a full disclaimer that I do not condone smoking at all, especially if you're under the age of 21. And if you must know, I do not smoke in any type of capacity, but when I seen this mod, it just spoke realism to me. It was like booming off the screen, you know, the vape epidemic that our generation is going through. I had to add this into my game. It's for realism purposes only, I promise. So it's basically just like the skincare. You put it into your inventory, you press vape, and your sim starts vaping. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not gonna go too much in depth with it because again, I don't want to encourage y'all to be smoking. So let's move into a more responsible, adult, cutesy, classy mod. Now this next mod I previously went over in another one of my mod videos like I typically do, but this is an override to that mod. So this is the Wells Fargo override to the S&B Bank and Bills mod. So with this mod, it does come with a full functional bank. I really sped through that because I felt like it would be boring to be explaining the dynamics of a bank, because everyone knows how a bank works. But it's the exact same S&B Bills and Banks mod, except for now it's called Wells Fargo instead of S&B Bank and Bills. So originally you would have an S&B Bank and Bills app on your phone, but now you have Wells Fargo, and when you start a new account, it will say Wells Fargo, everything will say Wells Fargo. But to speed through the mod a little bit, you can customize your own icon, you can set up a checking and savings account, you can deposit money through all different types of streams of income, whether that's alimony, child support, selling clothes, a regular job. You can also order a bank card that will say Wells Fargo on it. You can send and receive money, and you can also combine bank accounts with the people in your household and transfer funds as necessary. It's basically the most realistic bank that you will get in game, which is why I love it. And there's also several other options for banks. I believe I just chose Wells Fargo, but they have Chime and I believe Discovery. So if you guys want a little bit more realism in your game, I definitely recommend getting the S&B Bank and Bills, which you need in order to get the Wells Fargo or Realistic Banks Override. Let's move into this next mod. This next mod is very small and might be missed if you guys are not careful. This is the designer gift box mod. So if you guys know, when you gift a gift to someone on Sims, it comes in a box. But with this mod, you guys will get a designer box randomized. Unfortunately, the boxes do come with Simlish on it, but you can kind of decipher what box is what. Like the first box that I had show, you can obviously tell that's a Chanel box. And the second box, I believe that is Tiffany. If you guys don't know how to purchase a gift, you click on a sim, you go to affection, and you go to give gift. You would have to purchase a gift if you don't already have one, and I just purchased little things like a book and I believe an apple. That pretty much wraps up that mod. Like I said, it's really small, and if you don't pay attention you might miss it. It's just one of those little things that just makes the game so much better. Let's move on to the next one. This last mod is not actually a mod, but I would say potential mods that you could have in your game. These are all realistic career choices that you guys could have, and I will have all of these linked in the description box. Like for example, I have an esthetician, which can be a waxer. I have a lash district, which you can do lashes. I have only Sims. I have the SBA, which is the MBA for Sims. I have things like yoga instructor and so much more. These are all realistic careers that I'd love to give my Sims because again, it adds just that dash of realism that I love to have in my game. And again, I will have all of the careers that I just mentioned linked in the description so you guys can download them as well. If you want me to make a full length video about all the different careers that you could have, I can do that. Just make sure you comment that down below. So that wraps up this mods video. Let's have a little chit chat before I end this video. It's been about a month since I uploaded a mods video, so I know this was long overdue, and I promise I have you guys on another one really soon. I honestly feel like I need to give you guys a life update because y'all are my coils, my supporters, my distant cousins. For a little bit of transparency, y'all, I am failing all of my classes. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how I'm gonna get my grades up either because sister, I don't know. This semester is practically over and I'm failing. I know it's not the best example, but it just shows you guys that college is hard. Doing school and also content creating, it's really hard, but I'm trying to get through it. So if I do fail all these classes, luckily I can retake them again in the spring with no extra charge. So my closing message for you all is to pass your classes, please. Go to class, make sure you study, make sure you seek out tutoring, and seek out help if you do need it. If you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. And if you haven't already, please make sure you join my Discord server, which is exclusive for all of my coils and where I'll be answering questions from now on. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure you join my Patreon, which is currently only $1, and the sim you guys see me decorating in the background will be available for download on my Patreon really soon. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching. CASwCOY signing off.